Hi, this is Heidi, episode 80, Clean and Dirty Stress. Life isn't a spectator sport. Success comes to those who show up every day with a pocket full of courage, grit, and a little sparkle. I'm glad you're here. Hello. How are you, friends, family, podcast listeners? You're my friends now. I'm glad you're here. Thank you to so many of you who are liking, reviewing, and sharing this podcast. This helps the tools get out to more people, and emotional health is a big concern right now. And I'm so glad that so many people are openly talking about it. Send me a quick message when you share, post your favorite episodes on your Facebook or Instagram feed and stories. Thank you. I hope you're in my free Facebook group, Lose Weight and Gain Confidence with Heidi. This group is for women who want to stop emotional eating cycles and build rock solid confidence in every area of their life. Many people message me that the free resources have helped them lose weight during COVID, during the holidays. It feels so good to know that we are in control. The outside circumstances of our life are not in control. Okay, today's episode builds off a concept I introduced in episode 14 about clean and dirty pain. This is a concept I have learned about from several sources. Martha Beck writes about it, and several psychologists, especially psychologists who use acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, describe clean pain as the natural human pain we experience from negative life experiences. This is pain that's healthy to experience because it allows us to progress, to grow, to feel normal human emotions. This is pain we don't want to resist. We burn our hands on the stove and it hurts, it swells, and it's tender to touch for a while. To heal our skin, the skin needs to swell to repair. We do the same emotionally. I'll give you some examples in a moment. Dirty pain is created by our thoughts about the event, or clean pain, thoughts such as this shouldn't have happened, I am bad or broken or unworthy, and this happened. This will ruin my life, my child's life. This dirty pain is unnecessary and doesn't help us progress. In fact, it keeps us swirling in frustration and self-pity, and dirty pain leaves us feeling disempowered. Dirty pain usually makes us resist feeling the clean, healthy pain of a situation. So it keeps us stuck and fills our life with more negativity than necessary. So back to burning our hand on the stove, the clean pain is the pain of the burn and tenderness as it heals. Dirty pain is us pouring salt into the wound. It's optional or unnecessary pain that isn't required for the wound to heal. But our brains sometimes think the salt shaker is necessary, so we're stuck experiencing huge amounts of pain. And we then go seeking ways to avoid the pain. It's harder to separate out the thoughts and emotions we need to keep and question and throw away those unnecessary thoughts. The exact same thing happens with stress, and I hear it from a lot of people. So I want to give several examples and tricks and tools to help you manage the normal stress of life, like clean stress, and work to eliminate the extra stress or dirty stress in your life. Several years ago, we built a new house, and oh my gosh, did I stress the details, the choices. I circled in perfectionist tension and pressure. We sold our house and lived in an apartment very close to the house, so our kids could be in the elementary school of the new house. So we had normal stress of the situation, moving 3 times, living in a smaller place, so many trips to different contractors or stores to pick things out. It's possible some of it was dirty stress, but a lot of it just seemed the normal stress of having a lot to do and making choices and decisions. Even the stress of how much things were costing and the uncertainty of when the home would be finished. The extra dirty stress of the situation was me getting mad at my husband if I didn't think he was helping enough. The pressure and stress I put on myself to pick out the, quote, right tile or the right knob or whatever. I added stress whenever I tried to micromanage the contractors or felt I needed to stop over more than I did. Now, I know it helped that I was fairly hands-on, but I definitely added stress to an already stressful situation several times. Anytime I thought, oh no, what if this, fill in the blank, I was making dirty stress for myself. I was concocting problems that weren't problems. I'm not sure I'll ever build a house again from the bottom up. It didn't bring out the best in me. Or maybe I should learn to manage my mind more. Who knows? Maybe it will happen. As I recover from perfectionist tendencies, I see all the additional stress created by wanting the best, thinking anything less will be awful. Very all or nothing thinking, which usually brings a few tons of dirty stress with it. We stress that something going wrong will mean something bad about us, which is all unnecessary baggage for us to carry around. I notice a lot of dirty stress is rooted in the underlying thought, I want to make the, quote, right choice. Last summer, my sons got in a fist fight, and my oldest, who is seriously the world's calmest and most peacemaking child, he broke his hand. And we were at a beach house in North Carolina with my entire family. We then had to take him to the ER, to surgeons, to get x-rays, to send up to Massachusetts doctors for second opinions, lots of calls to the insurance company, which is based here in Massachusetts. We handled it all pretty well and still enjoyed greatly the beach house. Once we realized how the break had happened, my husband and I, we didn't stress the consequences or get mad at our sons at all. The natural consequences were going to teach him a bigger lesson. So we did do a good job of eliminating the dirty stress we could have poured into the wound. I did notice myself, though, a week after the injury, stressing the decision of my husband driving him home for a surgeon here to pin it. It wasn't going to be extra work for me, but I was stressing some perceived inconvenience and perceived missing out I thought they would experience by going home for a week. My head would spin a bit. Then I realized, wait, I'm trying to manage another person's emotions and their experience, and that's completely unnecessary. This is causing me extra stress. They were both choosing to go home. We had decided that that was the best decision, and we felt really good about it. And I told myself I just needed to drop all of the rest of this mind drama about it. I need to let them and me experience it exactly as it's going to play out. I know I did breathe an enormous sigh of relief when I got news that the pinning surgery was done and a success. The dirty stress came from worrying about things I couldn't control. The clean stress was all very manageable, and we could even recognize enormous blessings amidst all of it. It taught me dirty stress usually blocks our vision of the miracles and blessings in our lives as well. 2020 has given a lot of us experience in managing stress in one way or another. My children have been in 100% remote school. There have been a few days of stressing Zoom and the internet or stressing waking up. I know some of this is a stress on the kids. The dirty stress I see in myself or people telling me is about the stress of what our children may or may not be missing out on, how schools and facilities are preparing or not for their return, the stress of maybe thinking they're not doing enough, the stress of the children maybe not having a comparable education, or a bigger dirty stress for me is what emotional toll is this taking on the kids. I find when I start stressing that, I'm giving too much attention in my head to the negative what ifs and not enough attention to the positive what ifs. And dirty stress all comes when we play out the question, what if something has gone wrong? Our brain plays that program out all the time in our head. Since much of the past year hasn't gone the way we thought it would, we create more stress thinking it has gone wrong. What if we just drop that there's a right or a wrong and admit, okay, we've had to adjust and there has been some stress in that, some clean stress, and that nothing has gone, quote, wrong. It all seems more manageable. And it's easier to enjoy the silver linings of the situation. Right now, a few people in our family are sick and experiencing some real physical challenges. We have normal concern and worry and at times stress as we see some burdens on others. The stress is mild and like a pressure that we wish we could help more or take away some of the stress we see. I can see our stress slip into dirty stress when I unnecessarily worry about decisions that are totally out of my lane, none of my business. I can see I always experience unnecessary stress when I'm judging how other people live their lives or if their choices are right or wrong. All dirty stress, all optional, all unnecessary. See, being able to reduce this dirty stress allows me to first experience so much more positive in my life. I have easier access to calm and peace and being content. I also can more calmly make decisions and handle the routine and normal human stresses, which do come. Instead of being on edge, I can respond and react with curiosity and level-headedness, which is who I want to be. That's who I want to model to my children. One of the best questions to ask ourselves to separate out the clean and dirty stress of a situation is, so what? This is one of my favorite ways to coach myself and clients. This morning, I caught myself getting annoyed that one of my kids had clothes all over our basement. And it was more than just clothes. I stopped myself and said, okay, so what? I could answer myself, get clear on why I wanted them to clean it up, get clear on my reasons, even decide if it was going to be my problem, and not make it a bigger stressor, especially between the two of us, which sometimes I can specialize in. When I ask myself, so what, and not being condescending or sarcastic, when I'm very inquisitive and curious, so what am I making it mean that dirty plates are all over the ping pong table? When I get clear, I drop the dirty stress of the negative projections onto my children and the negative labels. Asking so what also helps us find solutions and answer the clean stress. Maybe we have stress over reduced finances during this time. Uncertainty can be stressful for sure, but most of the stress is really self-induced and dirty. It comes from us seeing scarcity, thinking we have too little. The dirty stress is over potential scenarios in the future. I caught myself recently stressing that one of my children had left a ton of schoolwork to the last minute. I was creating dirty stress, worried that this was a terrible habit, and projecting what this would mean for their future. I also was making something my problem when it definitely was not my problem. I saw my thinking and asked myself, is this really my problem to solve? Or can I drop the stress and just be a quiet support? I find when I drop the dirty stress, I see the situation with greater perspective and clarity, which also means my lens is helping me find evidence for many more positive outcomes than just negative. I find I can mirror another person's stress if I'm not aware of my thoughts around them. As humans, we are designed to mirror other people on default. I found I create dirty and unnecessary stress for myself when I try to manage the emotions of people around me, especially manage if another person is happy or likes me, both of which are not my business. They're not my lane. When I allow everyone else to have their own experience and I don't have to make another person's emotions mean anything has gone wrong either way, I'm freer to manage how I want to show up at a much higher level. And I can mirror confidence and calm to be a positive influence much more of the time. So that's it for today. Again, I hope you're in my free Facebook group, Lose Weight and Gain Confidence with Heidi. Mini trainings always dive deeper into these topics. I just did a week of daily weight loss goal mistakes and how to overcome them. So much fun. If you want to know how to use these tools to achieve your goals and to get out of your way, sign up for a consult call at HeidiBenjaminson.com. I have 2 more spots for private coaching, so sign up now if you want to come out of quarantine with a new mindset and confidence. A confident mother is the greatest gift to her family, not a perfect mother. Your family wants you to feel confident, anchored, and calm. I can help you uncover this version of yourself. Have a great week.